Okay, well, hello, all Urban Rise fans, and welcome to part three. And in this part, we'll be talking about the releases that came out 2 weeks ago. So let's dive straight into this release. Firstly, we have Otto for the scales. Otto for the scales at 2 stars is a 7/1 with the ability of damage equals opponent's damage. So, Sliffy, first thoughts on this card?
Oh, I didn't want to go first. Dang. Okay.
I've been alternating Sliffy, if you haven't realised.
I understand. Okay. I'll go. I like Otto. I know a lot of people don't like damage equals off damage, and I usually hate it too. Don't get me wrong. But there's something about the 7 power with the skulls and the 2 star, and I know it's a bad card, but I like it anyways.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's funny actually because I think exactly the same thing, Sliffy. It's just like, oh, it looks so cool, but why do you have to be so crap?
7 is a good number. I like 7. My good number.
No, there you go. All right. Anyway, so Chris, what was your first thoughts on this card?
I thought they could have, being an octopus, they could have gave it like 8 power, and maybe would have made it.
Oh, that's yeah. That's
Piggy.
But yeah. Anyway, so I mean, yeah. Do you think he's any good though, in terms of?
I'm not sure. I mean, I don't normally like the damage equals damage of the opponent, but it's okay.
Yeah, I think no, it does get helped quite a bit though by the fact that it does have protection. So
Yeah.
that's always good. All right. So anyway, in terms of competition though, Chris, I mean, you've got Sasha, Redra, and then you've got the other, like, I don't know, Milton, if you want to use him. Can't think of any of the other ones really, but yeah. I mean, in terms of competition though, do you think he kind of stands out in any way, or is this kind of a novelty card really?
I think if you're playing mono scales, then maybe you could use him as the third 2 star, but
Okay.
otherwise it's just a novelty.
Yeah. What about you though, Sliffy? Do you think he kind of stands out in any way in terms of competition?
Basically, what Chris said, I actually like using Liam or whatever his name is, the perverted SOA guy.
Oh, Liam. What?
Yeah. I would kind of use him. No, just because he can counter. He has SOA. He'll never lose SOA. Just
It's like
that out.
the only use I have for Liam is just going up against Toro. So
He counters things that normally can't be countered. He stops the colos. He stops the thing.
all right.
If I need a third 2 star, that's what I use. Okay.
Really?
Please.
Wow. This is
I
okay.
needed one. I don't need one usually.
All right. Anyway, yeah. So let's move on. So competition though. Otto, is he hit or miss?
Miss.
Yeah.
Okay, miss. All right. Sounds
I'm
good.
sorry. I like Otto. He's cool.
I do like Otto as well, but unfortunately, the majority of people on the game do not like Otto. So I think we should swiftly move on to the rating. So out of 10, Chris, what would you give Otto?
I'd give it a 7 out of 10. It can be used as the third, 2nd star, but that's all I'd use it for, really.
Okay. What about you though, Sliffy? What would you give him out of 10?
I want to give him like an 8.8 because that'd be awesome. But truthfully, he's probably like a 6 out of 10.
6 out of 10, yeah. It's a shame. It looks awesome, and it could be awesome, but unfortunately, damage equal damage is just no one likes that ability. Let's just move on.
We use the counter.
I'm not going to give a rating though because I'm too awesome for ratings really.
Yep.
I've made a new kind of like pact. I'm too awesome for them. Anyway, let's move on. So, let's move on to the second release of that week, and that was Karmoth. Karmoth at 3 stars is a 7/3 for the freaks with the ability of +2 life. So, firstly, Chris, what was your first thoughts on this card?
I thought it was okay, but I wouldn't use it when there's the likes of Akandram and Older at 3 stars, which are much better, in my opinion.
Okay. Sliffy, what was your first thoughts on this card?
The freaks have so many good 3 stars. He's not that impressive. I'm sorry.
Okay. I know, guys. You guys, I think you're looking at this at the wrong way.
Oh really?
Oh, really? Yes, Mr. Freaks expert here.
Okay, here we go. Time to learn.
I think no, you guys. I think you're looking at this the wrong way because obviously Olga's too awesome. Obviously he's going to be the first choice, but at the same, like after you've put the poison in, I think this is where this card shines. Like after you've done the poison, and I don't know, really. I mean, do you think that kind of changes your opinion in any way, though, Sliffy, or are we?
Okay, let's pretend somehow we got the poison in, okay?
Okay, right.
And other options on the table, and I'm just saying, hypothetically, of course, we got our Ikendrum, who has, a better chance of winning. That's always a nice thing to have. We got our Olga Noel, who's a little shaky to SOA, but it's a 9-3 that beats people down. We got our Karmov, of course, who has a harder chance of winning, but if he wins, he has a nice little bonus, I guess.
Okay.
But, kind of, as I said, I listed 2 cards beforehand. You don't really need 4 3-stars, and there's, all these other ones, like Pieter and all that good stuff. Do you really need one? I don't really know.
All right. You told me.
Pieter also has, -3 off life, and Cause has, what, +2?
Yeah, it's +2, yeah.
Right, -3 off life, just saying.
I don't know, but maybe in the new Elo, though. Throwing that.
Maybe. I don't know much about the new Elo, so but it's possible.
Yeah, because you're a noob, that's why.
That'll show me.
Throwing that one out. Anyways, yeah, Chris, I mean, do you think, I'm going to say these horrid words now and probably, regret it afterwards. Is Mono Freaks possible now? Ugh.
I think with the heal cards coming out, if the Freaks got a heal card, then yes, and Karmov would be used. But if not, I don't think so, no.
Okay. I don't think we'll ever see Freaks Mono ever. I don't know. Whatever. Moving on. Right, let's finally go to the ratings out of 10. So Sliffy out of 10, what would you give our friend Karmov?
He's really, despite how much I've been grinding on him, he's not really that bad. I think he's easily replaceable, but he has no downside really. 7 out of 10 is a solidness of it, I guess. I don't like the competition though, so it might go down.
Okay. Well, okay, right. I'm gonna go with a flow here, which sounds really gay. I'm gonna probably say.
Grinding on him, to be fair.
Sorry.
They said I don't want to grind on him or anything, so that sounds gay.
Okay. Does sound gay. But moving on, enough homosexual comments. I'll probably give it a 7 out of 10 as well. Yeah, it's okay. I definitely think now after Poison's come in, it does look attractive to me. That's just how I roll. But anyway, yeah, let's move on to the third release of that week, and that was Eggman. Eggman at 4 stars. For the hold on, did I do your comment? Sorry, rating, Chris.
I don't think you did.
I don't think I did. Sorry about that, Chris. What was your rating out of 10?
Sure, 7 out of 10. If you get the poison in, then it's good. But with all the other competitions, it's hard to choose them.
Yeah. Alright, yeah, sorry about that. Right, let's move on to Eggman. Eggman at 4 stars for the Django is a 7-4 with the ability of heal to max 8. And finally, Sliffy, UR is listening to our UR talks and have made a card with max 12 life thingy. So, first thoughts on that, Sliffy?
Why do I always gotta go first for the cards I don't know how to rate?
Sorry?
Yeah. A lot of people really like this card. I actually do too. But I say that because I don't think I'm as enthusiastic as most people. Don't get me wrong. +2 heal, max 12, great ability. Lovely. There's no downside, right? And if you win, you get the +2 health, then, everything's awesome in life. But then, he's Jungle, he has no, ways to help him win. There's no attack manipulation, no power manipulation. You just gotta, roll the dice. And, I've had bad experiences with Niema, which is, kind of a weakened version of this, in my opinion. And it's no different than her power-wise, and it's a good card, though, if you win. But you need to, play your cards right, I feel.
Okay. What about you, though, Chris? Do you think Eggman does anything for the Jungo?
I think the heal ability is good, but being in the Jungo, it's hard to get the win off. But if you get the win off, it's a good card, If you got a peg as well. Okay.
But think about that, though, because you guys have obviously kind of going, Eggman. I don't know, but just think about...
I thought I liked it.
I know, but I mean, like, looking at the competition, though, there isn't a whole lot, though, going on in the 4 stars. I mean, you got Niver, which is okay, I guess. In terms of, I don't know, I don't really like it too much for Elo, too much. You also have Bubba as well, if you're playing mono, but I don't know, really. I've never really seen a mono Jungo deck that's been actually successful in Elo. I
agree.
Yeah, I mean, is there anything really stopping Eggman from coming in, Chris?
No, there's not much competition. You know, I think it will take over in metagame. It may be in a half deck.
Okay. I don't know about half deck actually. I think. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's doable actually, because obviously the plus life isn't always needed, I suppose. But anyway, Sliffy. I mean, I saw the best combination in the world recently, and you'll probably disagree with me though. And this was the poison plus heal. Kind of DR decky thingy. I saw this and I thought it was an interesting deck, but is this combo kind of like, will it never really work, or can it actually be an interesting kind of thing, I suppose?
Well, I think it definitely has a shot, don't get me wrong. I recall, like, a long time ago, a Freaks Jungle deck got, like, the highest Elo score ever, or was that something else?
Yeah, that was, he got the highest Elo score, so,
Right, so, like, you know, everything I say right now, it could be, like, complete BS, and, you know, people are going to keep using it, and I think it's a good card, don't get me wrong. And back to the point before, though, it has no, like, real big 4-star competition, I do agree, but Jungle has a lot of really good 5-stars, don't forget, and maybe you'll use your 4-star slot there for the 5-star and, you know, not have enough room for it. I don't know, as I said before. I think Eggman's a good card, but it's very hard to rely on.
Okay. Right, we're getting pushed for time here, so let's just move on very quickly to the ratings. Just give your rating out of 10, Sliffy.
Don't say anything?
No, just rating out of 10, just go like...
Oh, well, theoretically, okay, fine. I'm going to give it a 8 out of 10.
Okay. What about you, though, Chris? What is your rating out of 10?
7.5.
7.5. All right, I'll probably agree with you both there. Probably 8 out of 10. Sounds pretty good. All right, let's move quickly on to Zutang. Is that how you say it? Zutang or Zunt?
You're wasting time.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. And for the Fanboy Clan, it has stats of 8-2 with the ability of +1 life per damage, so effectively an 8-4 with the gap of 8 with bonus, blah blah blah. So very quickly, Chris, first thoughts on this card?
I thought the power was nice and the ability was okay, but then being in Fanboy Clan, you know, it's not really gonna do too well.
Yeah. It's kind of like a poison chalice, really, going into the Fanboy Clan. But anyway, so Sliffy, I mean, in 3 words, sum up this card.
3 words?
Yeah, 3 words. Sounds
it's
hard.
Okay-ish?
Okay. Is ish your word? That's what I want to know.
No. I can't sum this in 3 words. Let me try. Solid would not... No, I can't do it. It's probably not trying to do a KO, okay? There.
Okay, fine. In terms of competition, though, Sliffy, I mean, Nakata springs to mind, but the rest I would say is a little bit shaky. I mean, I personally don't trust Sayora a whole lot. Is there really anything else? I mean, can Zutang just, like, walk into the 3-star spot?
Well, I used to not like this card for some reason, but I remember Elo changed to 15 life. Am I correct? Or did it go back to...
it's 15... Oh, no, it's 14 life.
14, my bad. Right, before it was like, you would need that 6 damage because you need to do the 2 KO. Now that it might take longer to do 2 KO, then you probably might need some, like, long-term livability. Zutang might be better at this because of his Fury, can do a bigger gap and all that. He's very bad at the 2 KO scene, but if you don't think about the 2 KO scene, he might be, like, a better card for the 3-star slot.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely think, you know, like, with the new kind of Elo life, that actually having this card really does help the Vampire Clan in kind of, I don't know, like doing other things instead of 2-hit KOing. Right, so I mean, just because we're really low on time now, we've only got like 30 seconds. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, Chris, so is this card usable in Elo, or do we still have a long way to go?
I'd say it's usable, you know, the new Elo rules, the plus life ability is really good for Elo, yeah.
Okay. Right, finally guys, very quickly, rating out of 10. Chris?
7.
7. And Sliffy?
8.5.
Ava 5. Awesome. Okay, so we have only got 10 seconds left. So I will see you in part 4. Thank you for watching part 3 and all that stuff. Make sure you watch part 4 and make sure you watch the other parts as well. So I'll see you then.